Hey y'all, I'm skipping the intro. Okay, so I didn't do my makeup today because I had therapy and I was crying. So I was just like, no. But um, I had a breakdown towards the end um, because, you know, this past month I have been coming to terms more and more with the fact that the hospital has tried to cover up the fact that I had a stroke. And, you know, that shit's, it's hurtful because I've been athletic since I was 9. And it's like, even during, like, okay, the pandemic and stuff, it's like I did virtual training, yes, but I was able to demonstrate the exercises. And, I was telling my therapist, of like, he was like, you're not inspired by the stuff that you've done. And I'm like, no, because now it's more sad of like the fact that, like, okay, I'm not able to do anything with my clothing line. You know, I'm not doing the celebrity training. I'm not working with production companies. And it's like, mind you, when I was doing stuff with production companies, they would pay me $4,000 for a single post. One post, $4,000. Okay? So it's hurtful knowing that a big corporation like USC can do something so damaging to someone's life and then instantly try to cover it up and try to do everything that they can to discredit you when it's like, no, y'all fucked up. Y'all gave me a stroke. And just because I don't physically look at it outside of the damn wheelchair, it doesn't mean that it didn't happen. It's like, and then two, it's like the fact that, like, okay, I was in a wheelchair and I accepted the fact that I may never be able to do anything outside the wheelchair or walk again. It's like, and then I got excited because I was able to. And then to have to be back in the wheelchair, it's fucking depressing, okay? It's depressing. Because you got a taste of like, yeah, and then it's just like, it's too much for my body. It's like, and then, the pain still feels the same way that it did when I first got released from the hospital. And like, if you look at any of the stuff on my Instagram, I'll link it down below. Well, I guess if this goes in the podcast, let's kick it up with 3 E's. So where it's just, it's frustrating because, if you look at my hand and my feet, like with my foot, it's just like, it is so fucking puffy. And it's like, and I felt the like tingling sensation going up both legs. It just so happened that it went all the way up to the hip on my left side, and that's the side that ended up paralyzed. So, I'm not crying anymore because I just got it all out, but it's very annoying and very hurtful and very just depressing knowing that you had a stroke and the people who gave it to you are trying to cover it up. So, I'm trying my hardest to be positive, but it's hard, especially if it's like I don't trust anybody really, and it's just like, like medical professionals, like nothing. So even though I'm not able to go, I'm also just like kind of like fearful because the medical professionals don't want to call us instead of trying to cover it up and literally trying to insinuate like in the 400 pages of paperwork they gave me physically, they tried to put in that they're like, I was crazy. So that way it would discredit, anything that I would say because they didn't know that I actually had proof that would prove that they're lying. And because I have proof to prove that they're lying, it's just like, oh, dang. Now we got this girl out here fighting for her fucking life. So it's ridiculous. Like, I literally was homeless on the street, literally homeless because of the situation. And, it's like trying to get litigation funding is complicated AF. Like, just everything is just. And again, this is why people don't file lawsuits because it's so annoying. But at the same time, it's just like, how many times have they done this before where someone just gave up and didn't want to continue on and they just got away with it, which is why they feel like they can do shit like this. To give somebody a stroke, to sexually assault them, to have nurse abuse, like, you know, completely ignoring me when I'm like literally crying out for help, you know, abusing me and forcing me on the toilet, just all types of stuff, refusing to feed me, just everything. And, you know, just like, oh, we'll never hear about it. It'll be fine. That's crazy. That's crazy. Because again, who knows how many times they've done this before. That's all I gotta say, y'all. I'm gonna talk to y'all later.